Well, here we are. We're going to sit at the table. We're going to try to get caught up on a few crappie jigs. I've got to make a couple for a friend of mine that's giving me a bunch of feathers. So I'll probably get quiet during this. I don't have any music to play because of whatever YouTube rules are or whatever. So just bear with me and let's make a crappie jig. That ain't gonna work. Kind of wrap that up, clean up these frayed edges. I'm cutting off that marabou. I like the marabou tails on mine. I would rather fish marabou and feathers than I had plastics, but that's just me. Looks like I need a little bit of wax on my bobbin. And we are tying these with a 16th ounce jig head with a willow blade spinner on them. And we are going to run some flashabou, if I can get this kind of put together. We're going to put a little flash in the tail of these things, just for a little bit of an attractant. That ought to be close enough to the center for me to work with. We just need to make sure we get them on both sides instead of running. Get that tied down good. And we'll split it. I like to hold mine out the back. hook point. And bring those loops back and just tie them down again. You can never over secure anything on a crappie jig. Alright, that looks alright, I like that. We're gonna run a Chanel body on this. So we're gonna get tied up good at the head. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but man, that old wind's just howling. I'm going to run this to the back. And I'm going to go ahead and tie on my little feather here. A friend of mine I work with gave me some of these feathers, these hackles. He's in a game fowl organization. And when he finds colorful birds, he'll bring me a handful of feathers. And it's just as easy for me to use those feathers as it is to go to Bass Pro Shop or Amazon or whatever and buy these. Doesn't mean I can hang on to them any better though. And I like to tie that tip end you can do these any dadgum way you please. We're going to run this thread back to the front, hang it off, then I'm going to put this body on, make sure we get it good and tight and get that marabou out of it. There's a lot fancier vices out there and everything else, but this little cheap vice does the job for me. I don't do this all the time. It's just a hobby, not a business. So we're gonna tighten that up right there. Get this tied on good. Give it a few wraps behind, a few wraps in front, another few wraps behind. And we'll clip this Chanel off. And what we'll do is we will a little bit wide right there. do have hackle pliers, but I have not got them out yet. May have to if I do any more of these today. I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get a drink. Oh. Let's just spin that back around and start over. Use those hackle pliers. Just makes it a little easier to handle. There we go. I'm gonna have to rewrap that. I'm gonna have to come up a little bit different. The good thing about this is you can do whatever you need to do. So we're gonna tie that thread on back there again. That's why I make these one at a time myself instead of trying to mass produce these. Because I do this as a hobby, as a beginner. Like I said, you can never over secure on a crappie jig, that's for sure. And as long as you get it tied up and secured, that fish will never know that something broke off. These are some thin spines on these hackles. Alright, now we'll just work that thread back to the front, getting it in between. What's going to be impressive is if I actually can take this out and catch a fish with it. That'll even impress me. Let me get this unhooked right quick right here. And there again, like I said, we'll wrap a couple in front and a couple behind. Take that off. Clip that thick spine off. Now we'll just clean that up real good and tie it up. And they make a little whipping tool, and I do not have one. I always just throw a half hitch on by hand. Fish. Pull that back, and these strays we will clean up. Drop a super glue on that knot. Pull that flash out. Trim it just up inside. That's a good way to hold that up. Probably not. Use these angle pliers right quick. Yeah. There we go with a little chartreuse and chartreuse with cream marabou. Little raspberry flash in a tail on a willow spinner. We'll give that to Alex and we'll see if Alex can catch a crappie on that thing. Thanks for watching.